Growing cooperation between China and Russia in the Arctic is raising concerns for NATO. The alliance's top military commander, Alexus Grynkewich, warned about the situation Thursday. Watch.
I think one of the most concerning changes in the security situation has been the growing collaboration between Russia and China in the Arctic. And we've seen that over the last several years. It's been both in the maritime domain with increased joint patrols, as well as in the air domain with long-range bomber patrols being conducted jointly.
Grynkewich said Western military leaders must consider not just current challenges, but also future threats from a growing Russia-China cooperation.
Installation of new sensors and detection capabilities. So all of those things are constantly in our cross-check, and we're constantly trying to enhance our posture and think of ways that nations can enhance our posture in the Arctic.
So why is Greenland militarily so significant to the United States and the West? Geopolitical analyst Rod Martin explains.
Greenland is the piece of real estate over which most Soviet era and now Russian era ICBMs would fly to get to the United States. It's essential for his Golden Dome missile defense program. It's also essential as the guard gate for waterways that are beginning to open up in the Arctic, either because of global warming or because of nuclear icebreakers, really makes no difference. It's also the guardian of the Greenland-Iceland-UK gap through which Soviet and now Russian submarines would have to flow, just as German U-boats did during World War II, to threaten us in the North Atlantic. It is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, for heaven's sake. Guarding the North Atlantic is the whole idea.
On Wednesday, President Trump abruptly ruled out the use of force to take over Greenland. He also stepped back from threats to impose tariffs on some European countries as leverage to seize Greenland. Trump added that a deal was in sight to end a dispute over the Danish territory. Rod Martin says this has always been President Trump's approach to negotiating with other countries.
Donald Trump always does this. He always puts out maximal demands. He always refuses to take any options off the table, and that's how he starts every negotiation every single time. We've seen this over and over again. There was never any possibility that Donald Trump was going to invade Greenland. The absurdity is off the chart. It's like doing the Maduro raid on Santa Claus. It's just silly. And yet, the predictable pundit class went nuts, absolutely bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And so they made this a big deal. And the truth is that was always the plan, because the Europeans see this as a settled matter. It's inertia. They can't break out of it. The idea that an American president would actually do something concrete to change the status quo is just beyond them. And Donald Trump shook them into giving him their attention. So that's what's happened here, and that's what's happened with the tariffs. He didn't really intend to hit them with the tariffs either. He wanted to hit them over the head going into Davos enough that they would actually sit down in a room and talk.
Earlier this week, President Trump criticized the UK for returning the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. The Chagos Islands sit in the Indian Ocean and occupy a strategically important location. It also hosts a major U.S. military base, much like Greenland does in the Arctic. Diego Garcia is the largest and most strategically important island in the group. The UK returned the islands to Mauritius last year. The Trump administration supported this deal initially, until this week when Trump described the deal as, quote, stupid. Geopolitical analyst Rod Martin weighs in.
Europe is also on a track of electing socialists like Keir Starmer, who is in the process of giving away the Chagos Islands. You say, well, where the heck are the Chagos Islands? Well, they're in the Indian Ocean, and they host the most important U.S. base in the entire region, Diego Garcia. The Chagosians don't want it transferred to Mauritius. Mauritius is in the orbit of communist China, so we're effectively, in Starmer's case, paying a Chinese satellite to take over an American base. This is just insane. So when Trump looks forward, not 4 years, but 40, he understands that Greenland could easily fall into China's orbit in the same way as Diego Garcia. That is not acceptable. Diego Garcia is halfway around the world. Greenland is next door. It is essential to hemispheric defense.